Hello friends, my name is Laris Soni and you are watching News on Map India by Drishti IAS. In this episode, we'll be discussing about certain locations which has been in news in the past few weeks. So we'll talk about them in the format of MCQs. So let's start with the question number 1. Okay. So the question is, Vivekanand Rock was recently in news. It is located in Delhi, Varanasi, Kanyakumari and Ladakh. Okay. So Vivekanand Rock, this particular place was in news because our Prime Minister, after the campaigning for 2024 election, has decided to go over there and meditate for a day or two. Okay. So that is why it was in news. When we are talking about this Vivekanand Rock, this is important, or you can say significant, because Swami Vivekanand has actually at one point of time has meditated over here, and it is said that he has got his enlightenment over here. Okay. So that is why this particular area is in news. Okay. So let's see the location over here. So this is basically Vivekanand Rock Memorial. So as I told you, this is Vivekanand Rock and there is this memorial which has been made over here. So this is Vivekanand Rock Memorial, and when we are talking about the location, it is somewhere here in Kanyakumari or little bit south of Kanyakumari. Okay, from Kanyakumari there is this ferry services which you have to take to reach to this particular point. This is somewhere around 500 meters from the coast. Okay, so that is about Vivekanand Rock Memorial. So option C is your right answer. Now moving further, question number 2. The Comilla-Sonamura border was recently in news due to illegal entry into India. The border demarcates India-Pakistan, India-Bhutan, India-Bangladesh and India-China. So it was in news because it is given over here that due to illegal entry of 3 people from Bangladesh to India. So here you can say option C would be your right answer here. Let's see the map. So this is the border which is we are talking about, Comilla-Sonamura border, and here you can see. So this is basically part of Bangladesh. This is the part of Tripura what we have. Okay, so here this is basically Sonamura. Okay, so when we are talking about this India Bangladesh border with the state of Tripura over here, so we can say that Sonamura and Comilla, this border is India Bangladesh border. And second thing is, what is important over here is that Akoura Agartala rail link. You know that when we are talking about northeastern region, we have various connectivity projects over there. One of them is Agartala Akoura rail link, so that can be important for you. So that rail link is between Bangladesh and India. Okay, so these two facts are important from your prelims point of view. Okay, so option C would be your right answer over here, India Bangladesh border. Now question number 3. Consider the following statement with reference to the Aravalli Hills. Geologically, these are mainly made up of Dharwad, igneous and sedimentary rocks. Pipli Ghat was the pass was situated in Aravalli. Okay, so here 2 facts are given over here. Geologically speaking, this is the part of your Dharwad, igneous and sedimentary rocks. So this particular statement, this is a factual statement and it is incorrect, because this is not part of your Dharwad etc. It is just sedimentary rocks. Okay, these are not igneous rocks, these are sedimentary rocks. Okay, so this first statement is wrong. Second is Pipli Ghat Pass is situated in Aravalli. Let's see that. So these are the Aravallis in Rajasthan. Okay, and this is the expanse of Aravallis from Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Delhi. They will be having this expanse. Okay, so here you can see this is the area wherein we have this part of Aravallis, that is in Gujarat. Then we have it in Rajasthan. Then we have some part in Haryana and Delhi. Okay, so you must have heard about Raisina Hills. These Raisina Hills are basically the, you can say, northern extension or the end of the Aravalli Hills over here. Okay, now coming to the next part, that is Pipli Ghat. Here you can see somewhere over here in Rajasthan we have this Pipli Ghat, that is also part of these Aravalli ranges. Okay, coming back to the question over here, first we have seen that it is incorrect because Aravallis are basically sedimentary rocks. Pipli Ghat Pass is situated in Aravalli, so this particular option is correct. Option B would be your right answer, that is only 2. Now moving further, question number 4. Consider the following statement about the Terai region. Terai is an ill-drained, marshy and thickly forested narrow tracts of South Bhabur. Second statement is the underground streams of Bhabur region or Bhabur belt re-emerge in the Terai belt. Okay, and the third is the Terai region is more prevalent in the western India than in the east. Okay, so let's talk about Terai first. So this area you can see these are the Shivaliks. Okay, when you are coming to the foothills of Shivaliks, these are basically Bhabur. Okay, and extending from the Bhabar, here you can see this area this is basically your Tarai area. The yellow part over here is basically your Tarai area. Okay, so you can say that yes, these are extension of these foothills, south foothills of the Shivaliks in Babars and then into Tarai. Okay, now here you can see the streams which are, you know, the rivers or the streams which are visible over here, they actually submerge, or you can say they go vanish in this Bhabar region, because Bhabar is a region built up of many gravels and the rocks. Okay, so there are big voids inside the rocks, so these streams goes inside these you can say voids, and they are moving underground. Okay, and after that rocky area is gone, or the rocky terrain is gone, the Bhabar is gone, then they comes to the plains, and this is the Tarai belt wherein these streams are basically re-emerging. Okay, so here you can say this Tarai belt is basically forested area as well. Okay, now when we are talking about the political, or you can say the expense of it, so some part of, you know, Nepal, the whole part of Nepal and some part of India over here, these are basically part of your Tarai hills. Okay, when we are talking about this Tarai belt, one more important factor over here is that in this area there is this in the southern part of this, we have one community, that is Madeshis. Madeshis are quite important because they are culturally they are having affinity with India. Okay, but they are living in Nepal. Okay, so that is about the Tarai belt and its expanse. Okay, so here you can see these are the Himalayas, and we have Shivaliks. Then this is Bhabar region. Okay, then comes this part, that is basically your Tarai region. Okay, now coming to the question, Tarai is an ill-drained, marshy and thickly forested narrow tracts of south of Bhabar, which we have seen. So this statement is correct. The underground streams of Bhabar belt re-emerge in the Tarai belt. So that is also correct, which we have seen. Then the Tarai region is more prevalent in the western India than in the east. We have seen that Tarai region is basically in the, you can say, eastern India. Okay, so this you can say eastern parts of Nepal and Uttarakhand, or you can say some parts of UP and Bihar, these are basically your Tarai regions. Okay, and it is not there in the western India. Okay, so the statement 3 over here is wrong. Okay, so you have to choose the correct ones. So only 2, option B would be your right answer. Okay, now moving further, question number 5, consider the following statement about olive redleaf turtles. First statement is that these turtles are carnivorous and get their names from the olive colored outer shell. Okay, second is they are found in warm waters of Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans. They are recognized as vulnerable by IUCN Red List. Okay, so you have to choose the correct ones. Now let's talk about these olive ridley turtles. Now this is the area. Okay, this is the area, or you can say the equatorial part. Okay, the warm areas wherein you will find these turtles. Okay, so areas of Indian Ocean, areas of Pacific, areas of Atlantic. So in these areas you will find these olive ridley turtles. Okay, second thing is, when we are talking about India, we will find them on the, you know, the coastline, eastern coastline, or you can say area surrounding Odisha somewhere. Okay, so we will have them in the areas of Odisha. Okay, so here you can see the areas like this Gahir Mata we have. Okay, so this is Gahir Mata beach. Okay, then the areas or the mouth of Mahanadi rivers. Okay, then there is this Rishikulia beach, or you can say mouth of Rishikulia river. So these are the area wherein you will find these olive ridley turtles. Okay, for them you can say there are these Aribadas. These Aribada are important because these are mass nesting sites for these olive ridley turtles. Okay, so let's talk about them as well. Okay, so in Odisha we will have these areas like Rishikulia beach, we will have this area of mouth of Mahanadi river, then Gahir Mata. So these are the areas where we find these olive ridley turtles. When we talk about the IUCN status of these species, that is vulnerable. Okay, so it is given somewhere here, it is vulnerable. Then if we talk about Aribadas, I have already told you these Aribadas are basically nothing but the mass nesting sites. Okay, wherein these you can say turtles will come and lay eggs. Okay, then there are certain threats which are attached to them because of the, you can say, overfishing, etc. So they get entangled in the nets, etc. Other than that, these Aribadas, or you can say when we are talking about these mass nesting sites, there are eggs which are laid over there, and these dogs or the pigs, they will be, you know, eating these eggs. Other than that, there is this you can say these are hunted for the you can say meat, etc. So these are certain threats which are attached to the olive ridley turtles, and their color or the name you can see with the you know, the shell, outer shell is you know, of a color of olive. So that is why olive ridley turtles. Okay, Coming back to the statements here, these turtles are carnivorous, okay, and they are getting their name from the olive colored outer shell. This is correct. Then they are found in warm waters of the Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean, which we have seen, so that is also correct. They are recognized as vulnerable by IUCN Red List, so this is also correct. All of them is your answer. All three is correct over here. Now moving further, question number 6. Regarding the lion-tailed macaque, consider the following statements. Okay, so these were in news because 30 years back we have started a conservation project for them, and now when we are talking about them, so in the Western Ghats, their you can say number is more than 730. Okay, so we can say that that project was successful. Even after that we have a need to go for their conservation. Okay, now it is an old world monkey and endemic to Western Ghats of India. Second is it's listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. Okay, so let's talk about the expanse wherein they are found. Okay, so when we are talking about the lion-tailed macaque, so this is the area where they are found, that is basically your Western Ghats. Okay, and this is your lion-tailed macaque, and when we are talking about the specifics here, you can say IUCN status is endangered and not critically endangered. Okay, and when we are talking about sites, that is in appendix 1, and WPA, when we are talking about, these are protected under schedule 1 of WPA 1972. Okay, so coming to the statements again, it is an old world monkey and endemic to Western Ghats. This is correct. It is listed as critically endangered, so this is incorrect because it is not critically endangered, it is just endangered. So statement 2 is incorrect, so you can say only one, option A would be your right answer. Now question number 7. Consider the following statement regarding the Sundarbans. Okay, now Sundarbans host the largest mangrove forest in the world, so that is there. Second is 40% of the Sundarbans lies in India and rest in Bangladesh. We will see. And it has been designated both as UNESCO's World Heritage Site and Wetland of International Importance under the Ramsar Convention 1972. Okay, so this is a factual information. So yes, this is also correct. Okay, now the thing is, when we are talking about Sundarbans, these are in news because there was this problem of air pollutions. Okay, so that is why they were in news. When we are talking about you can say status of World Heritage Site, it was given to them in 1987, and then when we are talking about the as a Ramsar site, so in 2019 it has got the status of a Ramsar site. Okay, now coming to the expanse over here, so here these are the areas basically which is your Sundarbans. Okay, so you can say that nearly 40% of the Sundarbans are basically in Indian territory over here, and other than that these are 60% in the Bangladesh. Okay, so coming to the statements again, so as I told you, these are the largest mangroves in the world. Second, these are 40% lies in India and rest are there in Bangladesh. This is correct, and we have seen already that this one is correct. So all of these are correct. Option C would be your right answer. Now last question, that is question number 8. Chari Dand wetland, Flamingo City and the Nalia grassland were recently in news. These grasslands are located in Maharashtra, Odisha, Karnataka and Gujarat. Now these grasslands were in news because of the Central Asian Flyway. Okay, because you know that in the certain part of year, there are birds which are coming from Siberia and they will be going towards Africa, and they will be going for some stayovers. Okay, so these areas are basically part of your Central Asian Flyway. Okay, so that is why they were in news. So Chari Dand, Flamingo City and Nalia grasslands, these are basically part of your state of Gujarat. Okay, here you can see in the Kutch area we have this Nalia grassland. Okay, we have this Kutch Buster Sanctuary is also there. Okay, then coming to the different parts over here, you can see we have Flamingo City over here. Okay, and Chari Dand wetland site, that is also over here. Okay, other than that there are various you can say protected areas, wildlife sanctuaries, etc., wherein these birds are having a stay over. Okay, so these are in Gujarat basically. So option D would be your right answer. Now coming to the last part, that is a practice question for you. Recently, in which of the following state government has organized an event to boost first of its kind astro tourism? Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. So you can attempt this question and answer in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.